So I was asked a few weeks ago about what I like about the South, what it is like about the South, what it's like living here. So today we're going to answer that. So I've been thinking about this question for a while, and the answer I finally come up with is a sense of community I get down here. Um, I grew up in North Carolina my whole life, and the first job that I ever had was at an art museum called the Imperial Center. And it finally hit me that I've been a bit wrong about my thoughts on the South and art for a while now. What surprised me was the amount of artists and talent that could be found locally. A lot of the pieces we put up for exhibit or still in our shop are all locally made or crafted, and quite a few are from Greenville actually. So I always thought that being able to network and find my group here was pretty nice. I've also found my share of friends who were interested in the same books and comics and overall nerd culture like myself. And people seem to mistake the South for just rednecks with the dull culture, but in reality, Southerners sort of have their own mixed culture. Also, coming out recently, about a month ago, to my whole family, I was understandably a bit nervous. Despite the South having the largest number of LGBT people in it, it's also the reason it sort of breeds the most hate towards them. With the anti-LGBT laws and everything. And that fear always kind of loomed in the back of my mind, but I haven't received much backlash from any family, which honestly shocked me. My family is super religious, and as a kid, there wasn't a day when I wasn't lectured about God or whatever. So you can imagine my confusion when I received nothing but heart emojis from my family on the Facebook post I made that day. I think I know why this happened though. A lot of LGBT friends I had already broken families and issues that were beyond solving, and them coming out only added fuel to that hell pit of a relationship. But my family is a bit different. My grandma would always tell me about her childhood and how she was forced to share a bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, etc. with about 6 or 7 other siblings, all the while working on the field just to get enough money for a decent meal. Yeah, sounds like slave shit. It basically was, but anyway, it occurred to me that, despite all the hardships and the fights that they told me about that happened between them, they stuck by each other no matter what. And I think that on a larger scale, the rest of the South is that way too. To sum up my problems with the South, it basically boils down to the bigotry here. With the Unite the Right rally happening a few years ago, black people being found hung from trees, and police cutting down black people in the streets, it seems as though these minority groups, especially black men, are being targeted by those with racist mentalities. And despite this sort of being an issue with America in general, I feel like the South especially has a hard time admitting it has a racism problem. On religion, we do have a region known as the Bible Belt, and as such, quite a few Christians have used their religion to justify their hatred and bigotry towards LGBT people. Not to say that every theist is like this, but in the South, it is more likely that a family will choose their religion over their own children or kin, which is honestly quite heartbreaking, seeing as how the South is supposed to be the epicenter of hospitality. Now, don't get me wrong, it is much better for gay and trans people in the South than before, but better doesn't mean good, and there's still a lot of work to do. And that's the video. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. Peace.